Kirby eats his enemies. We don't usually put it like that. We say copy ability, and the softness does a lot of the work. But the mechanic underneath is predation. You kill a thing, you take what it could do, and you spend it on the next thing. Soulcery, Deck of Shadows, is built on that idea with the softness taken out. You play a soul-sorcerer, working through a castle full of shadow creatures. You beat them, their power gets sealed into a card, and the cards become the deck you fight with. The copy ability doesn't arrive in the first Kirby game. It turns up in 1993 on the NES in Kirby's Adventure. Masahiro Sakurai put it in there because the original had been criticised for being too simple, and he wanted something that rewarded a second run. And here's the detail people forget. Some of those abilities ran out. The mic, the one that clears a screen with a shout, gave you 3 uses and then left. That is more or less the economy Soulcery runs on. Each drawer hands you 3 skills to equip, and they come with uses rather than cooldowns. You use them, and they're spent. Cooldowns are the modern habit. A timer ticks away off screen and hands your power back for waiting a specific amount of time. Nothing here recharges because you were patient. So a card empties in the middle of a fight. What happens next is the most interesting decision in the game. Soulcery gives you several combat styles. They change what kind of game this is. If you want to know whether this feels like a proper deck, or like a hotbar with extra steps, the honest answer is that depends which style you picked. I settled on the reload style, and I'd recommend it. It doesn't let you choose from your deck moment to moment. You don't get to stop and survey your options. What you get instead is the action never leaving the screen. The card empties, you reload, you keep swinging. That's a real trade. If you want deliberate card selection, reload takes it away from you. The other styles give it back and charge you the flow. I'd rather have the flow. All that being said, you're never more than one menu from the action. It just asks how often you'd like to look at your own deck. The environment the game takes place is the part I keep thinking about. There's a castle, there are rooms, and there are enemies in those rooms. In the playtest I had access to, no story reached me at all. No framing, no motive, nothing telling me why I'm here. Which left an impression I doubt was intended, and which I've enjoyed enormously. The shadow creatures aren't attacking anything. They're in a room, having what appears to be a perfectly ordinary evening, and then a door opens and a sorcerer walks in and turns them into a card. You're not the hero of this, you're the villain. Kirby has exactly the same problem, and he gets away with it by being pink. Strip that off, and the copy ability is a fairly grim proposition. Soulcery's release date is down as Q4 2026, and it has 2 things in its favour. Every cosmetic is free, which in this genre is a position rather than an oversight, and it runs on a GTX 7050 Ti. That's a card from 2014. My first impression is that the game is very good, but it still has a long way to go. The steel loop works, and in the no cooldown economy makes the fighting quick and greedy. What it doesn't have yet is a reason to be there, which is awkward, because the missing reason is what produced the best thing in the build. Give the sorcerer a motive, and he stops being the villain. That being said, in a run-based game, the fiction is what makes a loss feel like a story, instead of a reset. If you enjoyed this first look, please like, comment, and subscribe to The Bell Curve. See you next time.